it's been a good little minute since I have gone live on my channel, but I'm in the mood for that today. I'm feeling the vibe for that today, especially on my way to a networking event, a black women's entrepreneurial networking event. And I definitely wanted to do another live on my channel, just talking about having confidence in yourself as you network and put yourself out there and like try to get eyes on your business. And even I feel like what I'm about to say is also going to apply to other areas of networking and connecting with people, not just in business. So hear me out. So for one, I just want to say, like, for some of us, it takes a minute for those affirmations of positivity and confidence to kick in, which is totally normal and totally fine. It's okay and it's very normal if you're repeating to yourself, I'm confident, I'm secure, I can do anything, da 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 da. If you're saying that to yourself in the mirror or at the start of your day and it doesn't feel true to you, like when you say something and it feels true in your being, it doesn't feel like it's something you're trying to convince yourself of. Well, I will say there is a particular point in time that happens where after you repeat those mantras, your energy starts to change. It may be on a small scale level, but it does begin to change, and your being does begin to respond to you speaking that way to yourself and about yourself, even if it doesn't feel like it. And I can attest to the fact that today, when I got up and I was getting ready and preparing myself for my day and looking forward to going to this networking event, I was just in the shower and I was just like, I was smiling. I was like, I'm a lucky girl. I'm such a lucky girl. And I remember months ago listening to my lucky girl affirmations and my wealth building and money attracting affirmations. And I would say that. And I remember at that time, it felt like it wasn't true when I said it, but I wanted it to be true. And I didn't say it every single day, but it was something that I kept in the back of my mind, that I knew I was aligned with being a lucky girl. I know I am somebody that has been blessed throughout their life. I have had so many miraculous experiences and so many situations where God and whoever and everyone that is watching over me and looking out for me has come through when I needed it the most, and just because. And when I look back on instances where I felt I had evidence in my life to show me that I was a lucky girl, that began to change how much I believed it when I said it. And I feel like that's the special little key for if you're affirming yourself and wanting to show up and be more confident, as well as believe that you're worthy of good and amazing and miraculous things happening to you, whether that's financially, whether that's in love and friendships, in business. I had to mentally go back and peel back the layers of time and say, how many instances in my life occurred where I felt like, man, I was lucky? And I thought back to times where my rent was paid up for like 8 months with rental assistance, when people were like, oh, they're behind, they not paying it, they da-da-da-da. But I went for it anyway and I got it. I thought back to times where I was able to qualify for Link, and a substantial amount of Link, as a young single black woman that isn't disabled and doesn't have any children and wasn't in school, that I was able to get like $280 and I needed it. I thought back to times where when I drove for Uber and I didn't want to be out a very long time, so I would say to myself, this is going to be a lucrative night. This is going to be a good night. I'm going to make good tips. And I would get $20 tips and $10 tips and $5 tips that would add up almost to the amount that I made on my base fare. And I continue to replay more and more instances in my life where I was like, man, I was really lucky. And the more I thought on that, the more I realized I began to believe it. And there have been many more instances other than those that I just listed that have supported me in changing my mindset and actually believing those affirmations I've said, because I've also picked affirmations that I do feel aligned to as well. Like, I'm not really saying affirmations that I feel like aren't really speaking to me or aren't really resonating with me or feel like something that I need to be heading towards, because I feel like we can't be everything all at once all the time and be aware of it. Not all of us. Everybody ain't built like that. Even some of the spiritual folks, everybody ain't built like that. But I definitely knew I wanted to change my mentality and shift my perception to be able to see the blessings in my life so that I could believe more were coming, versus I'm being blessed and I'm so caught up in what's not working out for me, and I'm so caught up in how I feel negatively that I can't even see how good I actually have it. So with that being said, my tip and my advice for you is, the next time you want to declare your affirmations to yourself, whatever they are, one, assess what your affirmations are and assess if you want those affirmations to be your affirmations. Do you want money to come to you easily? Do you want an abundant life? Do you want to be lucky? Do you want to feel like, and believe things always work out for you and they're always working for your good? Think about what those affirmations mean to you and how they resonate with you. Even if you feel like you don't believe them, we still pick and lean towards affirmations sincerely that we feel like means something to us. And being a lucky girl meant something to me, because I wanted to come out of having a life of super duper struggle and hustle and having 4 or 5 jobs that took up all my time and hustles that took up all my time, but it wasn't really leading to anything sustainable, and it wasn't leading me towards a lifestyle that I wanted, which was a little more ease, a little more passive income, and a lot more creative and free. So I realized whatever my affirmations were at the time, they weren't really guiding my thinking towards that kind of lifestyle. So step 1, assess your affirmations. What kind of affirmations do you feel actually resonate you? And drop the ones that you feel like don't. You don't have to say all the positive stuff just because everyone else is saying it. If that's not something you feel like you care about affirming in yourself right now, then don't. And then 2, look for areas in your life where you have seen evidence of those affirmations actually occurring for you before. And I promise you, it's going to change the way you begin to feel about saying them, because you're going to have some evidence to support that this is actually a fact for you versus something you're forcing yourself to believe. And then 3, embrace it. Embrace how your body and your mind and your spirit feels when you come to a point of saying it and it feels true. Bask in it. Bask in that moment of feeling like, oh my God, this is really my life. This is really how I feel. I really am lucky. I really am blessed. I really am beautiful. I really am deserving of love. I really am. Just sit in it because it feels beautiful. It's a monumental moment that you have been working and moving towards and has been moving towards you. And it's literally worth honoring. So that was it. Hello, one person, whoever you are. Definitely just replay it if you want to see what I'm talking about. But yeah, that's all I wanted to share today about I know I started off talking about showing up more confident and stuff, but it really just turned into how to ultimately believe your affirmations that you're speaking and saying over yourself, and just a kind of bit of a cheat code 3-step way to damn near guarantee that you're actually going to believe it and see it in your life. Because I learned somewhere and I read somewhere, I can't remember where, but we are more prone to believe things when we see some evidence for it. And that is why for some of us, wanting to believe things without seeing evidence of it is a little hard. Because don't get it twisted. Faith is actually evidence. Blind faith is what gets you in trouble. Blind faith and going off of something that it ain't something not clicking, Steven. You ain't even seeing no inklings of it. You ain't had no dream, no vision, no nothing. You ain't have no sensation, no feeling, no apparition. You ain't got nothing to hold on to. Blind faith ain't gonna get you nowhere. But faith in something that you have actually seen an inkling of, even if it's a dream, even if it was a vision, even if it was a daydream or a thought or an idea that flashed in your mind, that is enough to hold on to as evidence that it's possible. So anywho, that's all I got to say. I'm not gonna ramble on. I feel like I made my point. I hope you have a wonderful day. I hope if you're working on a business, that your business prospers and that you're doing things to move towards that. Or if you just want a sweeter, softer life and you're just looking at resting, relaxing, and loving yourself more and actually enjoying your experience on this earthly plane, I hope and support that in your life. I hope that for you. I support it for you, and I'm rooting for you. Okay? That is it. That is all. I will catch you in the next one.